Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Another big week with 9 comics, and 2 of them were Bad Idea comics that I've been doing the production on, and they tend to be expensive. One of them I think was $9, but it was, it was $10, but it was 90 pages, so that one's got a lot of pages for your money, and the other I think was only 32 pages for $8, so that one a little more iffy, but don't forget my Patreon, too. I'll have a link down below in case you want to see some more of my art or support my art. Meanwhile, I'll show you somebody else's art. These are the 2 museum comics I have on top of my printer this week that I look at all week long. I always see the Reed Fleming #1 cover out there. This is the Reed Fleming #4 cover. I was like, you know what? I never see, though, I mean, it's on my shelf, but I never see it, and I never see it out there, like on YouTube or anything. So I figured I'd just have the #4 cover out for a while. And this is, what issue of Justice League is this? 194. This is one of the George Perez issues from the early 80s. And this is when it wasn't until the early 80s that I started buying DC Comics, mainly because George Perez went over there. Was doing the Teen Titans and the Justice League. I think he was doing it at the same time as the Avengers, too. It was like he was drawing a lot of stuff. 81, I see his next to his signature, but the run was from around 190 to 200 or so. It was a short run, but my favorite Justice League stuff. I haven't read it in years. I'm going to have to go and read it, but got to look at the covers this week for those. Oh, and then we got the comic shop news. Latest comic shop news was that Pantheon Projector. No idea who Pantha is, but we got lots of stuff in here that I'll look at and see what's coming out. Little Spider-Woman, little New Mutants. What else do we have here? Here's some collected editions and indie stuff. We'll see what's coming out. And so I always like reading through the comic shop news. And let's see. Here's one I didn't put on my... I bought... here's White Ash, Season 2, #1. Nice heavy comic, too. Heavy cover stock. And I bought Season 1 of this and liked it. But then I saw Season 2 was coming out, and I was like, $5 an issue kind of gave me pause. But then I saw it in the shop, and I'm like, I liked the cover, and they had a couple of covers. I liked this one. Who did that? Is that Jay Lee? Yep, Jay Lee, I think that is. I see June. June. I think that's Jay Lee. Sure it looks like. I don't know why it says June, though. But cover, Connor Hughes. That might be the other one. Let me see. 121, so this is variation 2. But yeah, like I said, the artwork is good, and I enjoyed the story. It's about this small town that elves live in, or sort of dwarves. Our main character is a half-dwarf, and there's some sort of mystical story background that they've been there for years trying to find a way back home, but they lay low and do da-da-da. But pretty, man, that might be the heaviest stock I've seen in a while, because I don't know how many pages it is. Looks like it's got a fair amount of pages in here, but I decided to pay $5 in the end. What I didn't decide to pay $5 for, there was a new Mark Miller book, and I forget the artist, Matteo Scalero, I think is the artist, and I kind of looked at that one, but that was another $5 first issue, and this one won on feel. That other one was a flimsy one. Much like, let me see if I have it here. I picked up, there we go, the other Mark Miller book, Magic Order 2. Magic Order 2, #2, Volume 2, #2. Mark Miller and Stuart Immonen. And this is just a kind of regular comic. How much was this one anyway? I didn't even check. I think it was $4. Yeah, $4. Not particularly thick or thin, just normal self-covered comic. But I think so was the other Mark Miller one. So I was kind of like, maybe next week if it's still there and I got money and it's in a budget. But this week it was White Ash, one out on sheer weight. Then we've got Department of Truth. issue 11, 14 that is. Department of Truth, issue 14. Not too fond of that cover. I mean, the 1/3 of it's interesting, and 2/3 of it are boring. Once again, one of these self-covered comics that get oversaturated. You can see the waves in the cover. I hate that. I really do hate that. That annoys the heck out of me. But Department of Truth's been good. Conspiracy book. Sort of an X-Files-ish book, except the conspiracies they're trying to keep the conspiracies from being true, because if too many people believe the conspiracies, it rewrites history and it becomes true. So it's been fun stuff. Boy, she looks a lot like Elektra right there, doesn't she? The woman in red. But I've been enjoying that one. I've read like the first 6 issues on Hoopla and then just threw it on my pull list, so I've been enjoying that one. Then here is one, a Bad Idea comic, The Pirate Queen. Now what's weird about this, I think this is like a chromium cover. Because I've been doing, when I do the production on these, there's usually varnish on them. But this, the whole cover feels, I don't know, there is some varnish on it, but it feels like this might have been done at another printer, but that's definitely, yeah, I can see the varnish now that's definitely a heavier cover stock than usual, I think, for the Pirate Queen. Interesting. I wonder what, like I said, I think they used another printer for this issue. I'm not 100% sure. But that's a different cover stuff. But Pirate Queen's been good. I don't know if it's been $8 good. That's a little stiff for a regular 32-page comic. I don't know. But it has very nice art by Adam Polina. And who's writing it? Peter Milligan's writing it. So it's got good, very enjoyable. Got a woman who is a pirate who's getting revenge on the British officer who killed her husband. So it's been a good story so far. And, this is the other Bad Idea comic. And this one's got no spot gloss on it. It's got a little bit thicker. I don't think it's self-covered. No, it's got a cover stock on it, but there's no varnish on this one, I don't think. And I set it up to be varnished. I wonder why it was never varnished. But it's 2 stories, Refuse, and Last Resorts. And let's see. Refuse is by Matt Kint, Marguerite Savage, and Last Resorts is by Mark Russell and Adam Polina. Same one who did Pirate Queens, but it's got very nice art. But it looks like Adam Polina is using a different style here for Last Resorts. Well, this is a big, thick book. Like I said, it's 90 pages, I think. So, there's a nice shot. So this one is worth the $10. Nice. So, I look forward to reading that one. I put it together, but I never read it. Then, of course, we've got Spawn, issue 324. This one feels especially thin. It's got a really thick cover. That's got a thick cardstock cover, but is this a 24-page? I think this might only be 24 pages in here, if I'm not mistaken, going just by feel. But it's a $2.99 comic, so I guess they give you 20 pages. Let's see, 1, 2, 4. I think they must give you 20 pages of comic and 4 pages of ad in the back. I don't think Spawn is usually 24 pages. Usually, I don't know that it's got more than 20 pages of art, but I think it's usually in a 32-page package. But that is definitely thinner than normal. So, the only reason I'm buying Spawn is because it's the last of the $3 comics. I'm not a huge Spawn fan, so that's a little weird. Once and Future, number 22. Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, Tamara Bonvillain. It's been good. The whole world has gone. Not the whole world, but most of England, or I don't even know if it's England or the UK over there, has entered this fairyland, and things are not good. It's half fairyland and half real world, so things are going nutty here in once in future. But like I said, it's been an interesting story. Look, she's on a motorcycle on the cover. Boom, boom. A little Ghost Rider-ish. But I've been enjoying that one for 21, now going on 22 issues. And here's the Me You Love in the Dark. Ooh, look, the house is burning. And I've been waiting for this one to take a dark turn. I really like the art in it. Who's the artist? Jorge Corona. Georgia Corona. Is he, is it a Jorge or a Jorge? I don't know. Paolo will have to tell me. But I really like the art in this. And this woman is an artist, and she's moved into this house that was haunted, and she's been living with this ghost or alien or thing, whatever, for months. And I've been waiting for it to take a dark turn, and it finally has at the end of issue 4. Because they were getting along so well for 3.5 issues. You know it's going to take a dark turn, and it does, so I can't wait to see what's going on here. This must only be 5 or 6 issues. Let's see if there's an end at the end. Let's see if we can sneak end. I just glanced at it and saw an end. So this must be the last issue of this, because I can't imagine it's a continuing story. But I've been enjoying it. Like I said, I especially like the art. Then the last one I got is Miskatonic, Even Death May Die. This came out last week, but I didn't see it until after I got my comics, so I was like, I'll get it next week. This is from the returning team of writer Mark Sable, Graveyards of Empire, War on Terror, God Killers, and artist Giorgio Pontrelli, Dylan Dog. An Aftershock. This is their sort of graphic novel, square-bound magazine format for $7, and I started picking these up a couple months ago, and I've really been enjoying them. Like I said, I'm enjoying sort of this European graphic album format, the fact that they're all done in ones. You know, it's wrapped up right in this issue. I think they're 40 pages for $7, which isn't bad, you know. Especially this oversized. I have no idea what this is about. So does it say in the back? In this house at Relay, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. Is that even a sentence? And it's up to Miranda Keller and Tom Malone to stop him from waking. So I guess it's a Cthulhu sort of thing going on. But let me show you a couple of things I got at the library. I took Luba out of the library again. I read this last December, and then I took it out of the library like this summer just to look through it. I didn't even read it again. I just had it kicking around for a month just to look through it. And I might do that again. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll read some of it. And once again, I took out of the library the Absolute Edition of V for Vendetta. I think I took this out last December too and read it. But I was just kind of like, I want to see them again, just because they're both like out of print. But I can just get them from the library, order them from the library, and they send them in. So I'm like, you know what? I want to see those two again. So they're not even two things I was really dying to read because I've read them both. But I just kind of wanted to see them again. So I got those. I'll have them sitting around. Matter of fact, let me see. Can't remember if it was, no, I think it was The Watchmen that I got in this format, once again, last December to look at. And I had to wash the plastic. It was so slimy. That one feels okay. Let me show you a little bit of my artwork. What did I get done this week? I marker colored another Dreams of Things cover. Strange faces looking out at you with a wooden pyramid in the background. This is a weird one. I've done a lot of weird ones lately. And I also did a couple of drawings on comics. This is white pastel and black marker, and it's drawn right on an old issue of JLA. It's like, do I have that? It's like JLA 143 or something like that my comic shop gave me because it was so torn up that they couldn't even sell it when they got it in with some collection. So I was like, I'll draw on some of those. So here we go. Like I said, I occasionally like to draw weird faces on actual comic book pages. Got a stack of about 8 more than I did this summer, and I have some more up on the shelf. But it's just one of the things I do every now and then, draw weird faces on comic book covers. Started out as monsters, now it's moved on to weird faces. All right, there you go. Little artwork. Check out my Patreon to support my artwork, link down below. And you guys have a good week out there.